You can shake off the seriousness now and lighten up.
Ooh, that was scary.
Though we rarely would say to go in that direction, in this case, it might actually be appropriate to be just a tiny bit scared and use the fear in a positive way to align you with what you know is true for you.
Ili Alvo. Ili Ova. Bashar?
Yes, Ili Ova.
I'm a quick learner. I came all the way from Tokyo.
Oh, all right. I
and
came
you
all the way from
Esasani. What a synchronicity.
Yes.
So, in the eye of the storm,
Yes.
it's really important to take action
Yes.
because the action is the language of a physical
Yes, it is.
reality. So
But stay within that center when
yeah,
you take
right.
the action.
Yeah, right, in the center. So I'd like to ask you again, what's your definition? What's the exact definition of action from your point of view?
Action, physical action,
Yeah.
physical activity, literal physical activity.
You said that like doing the meditation is not free action.
It sets up the state. Let me put it to you by a very simple example. You walked up to the microphone.
Yeah.
That's an action. Instead of staying in your seat and thinking about walking up to the microphone, about meditating about walking up to the microphone, you walked up to the microphone. That's an action, a physical action. It's not that complicated.
Okay. So if I organize a group meditation and maybe I will ask the people around me to participate and actually do the meditation, maybe it's going to be more action.
Again, you can begin with that kind of an action, but you must proceed from there once you get yourself into the appropriate state. The meditation is not the end.
Okay.
It's the beginning of an action. And if you get into the proper state, it will actually propel you to then move forward and take actions that are expressions, creative expressions of the energy state that the meditation got you into. So it's an expression, a physical expression of some form of interaction and creativity. Yes?
Okay, yes. So if I'm in that state, the action naturally unfolds, maybe to take the form of an outward expression of some
You
sort.
will feel the urge to take an action, to interact when you are in the proper state. You will want to move. You will want to interact with others. You will want to share something in a physical, creative way.
Okay, I got it.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And it seems that I have to ask about the Serpent Mound.
Yes, Serpent Mound in Ohio.
Yeah, right. Last night you said to the
I said there are codes, if you can decode them, in the Serpent Mound that will point you in the direction of where one of the master crystal skulls is buried.
Yeah, right. So the
yes, I know. Thank you for confirming that.
Yeah, I know you know. The skull is that skull is a sequoia skull. Sequoia skull.
Yes, sequoia.
Okay. So I thought I didn't think that Ohio could be considered to be a northeastern region of a.
It's northeast from where you are now.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you. I know that too.
And I was kind of trying to decode that code in Serpent Mound.
Yes, well, go ahead. Play with it. See what you get.
Yeah, my
Do
guess.
your research.
Yeah, my guess is that the skull may be in the direction of true north from the.
I am not going to give you any more assistance. Go and do your research. Go and play with it.
I did go to Serpent Mound this August.
Then have fun.
Yeah, I did.
All right. See what you get.
You're right. There are many astronomical alignments at Serpent Mound.
Yes.
Like its face, its head is facing the sunset time of summer solstice.
Yes,
Maybe that may be the one clue. And
maybe.
also, I was very attracted to the fact that one of the star. I have to ask.
Oh, if you have to ask.
The Draco constellation, about Draco constellation.
Draco, yes.
Yeah, right. And Serpent Mound Serpent Mound imitates
Yes.
the Draco constellation.
There's a connection.
Okay. And one of the stars in Draco constellation used to be North Pole star. Maybe when the Serpent Mound was created. Is that right?
I'm not giving you any more clues.
I'm not asking for clues.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Uh-huh. Well,
So, bye-bye.
about this information. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Oh, just that's it?
That's it on the Serpent Mound. Have you got something else?
Yes, of course, yes.
All right, then change the subject.
Okay. Then I'm gonna ask about the dragon again.
Yes.
I want to ask about the archetypal story structures and story of a dragon being slain or killed by a hero. There are many this kind of a story all over the world from the ancient times.
Yes.
And so this must symbolize or represent something, maybe some incident that actually took place in ancient times, I guess.
In a sense, it does. It is symbolic of certain things that have happened on your planet historically, yes. But the idea now is to resurrect the dragon, which represents ancient knowledge and wisdom.
Yeah, okay. And I like to pick up one specific story from Greek mythology.
Yes.
About Hercules.
Yes.
And I think you once told me that what Hercules represents is an actual individual who...
Yes, the idea again of the offspring of the Anunnaki and humans, what you call the demigods.
Yes, right. That Anunnaki is not the original Anunnaki, but offshoot group of Anunnaki.
Hercules, the demigods, are offspring of Anunnaki and human.
Okay. Okay.
You following that?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
I do follow that.
All right.
Okay. About the story of Hercules.
Yes.
One story is that Hercules was told to steal some of the golden apples in the gardens of in the gardens, and there was a dragon who was guarding that golden apple tree, and the Hercules killed the dragon, and that dragon named Ladon was the image of that dragon was brought up into the sky.
All right. There are always going to be positive and negative images of every symbol. So in the idea of resurrecting the ancient wisdom and knowledge, that's the positive side. The slaying of the dragon is simply going within to allow yourself to overcome and supersede the limitations imposed within your genetic structure so that you may be able to access that ancient wisdom and knowledge again.
Okay, so that golden apples symbolizes that knowledge and
yes,
wisdom.
Because it ties directly into your ancient story of the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil.
Yeah, like in the Garden of Eden.
Yes. So it ties directly symbolically into that idea that you were prevented as a species from having a certain amount of knowledge that would make you equal to the gods, the Anunnaki. But now it is time for those markers that were turned off to be turned on again. The dragon being representative to some degree of a higher level version of your DNA. The dragon represents the third strand.
Oh, really? Oh, that's good to hear. And at the end of this story, the image of dragon Ladon was brought up into the sky and said to have become the Draco constellation.
Yes. Therefore, there are things that are connected to that constellation astronomically that can assist you in discovering certain truths, certain ancient knowledge at this time of opening on your planet.
Okay. Okay.
So thank you.
Hi, Chris.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, so
Thank
that's the
you.
end of my question.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Love you, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
So I was here in February earlier this year, and one of the things there was something that you mentioned to me during one of the questions and answers I had the opportunity to speak with, and just wanted to quickly touch base on that. As a result of that, I'm in the process of going through some life changes that are very exciting at the moment.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I mean, there've been a lot of quitting my job and moving to the Amazon jungle.
Oh, all right. How
with various
exciting.
shamanistic practices. Yeah, very exciting. So thank you very much.
Yes, well, you did it. So thank you
Awesome.
very much.
Thank you. One of the things that you quickly talked about near the end of my Q&A was that I had hybrid children.
Yes.
I was wondering if you'd be able to elaborate on that a little bit.
In what direction?
Are there any of them that would like to connect with me at this time? And is there anything that you could give me in relation?
There may be, but it's not going to happen in this particular moment in the way that you're talking about. They're always available to be connected with, and you can do that yourself.
Okay. Is there any guidance that you can provide us to how I can connect with them, certain signature frequencies that I can...
Well, you understand the formula we've given all of you, yes?
Yeah.
Because what happens when you act on your passion? You raise your frequency. What happens when you raise your frequency? You become a better antenna and a better receiver of higher frequency information and communication.
Okay.
That's why we give you the formula, because it contains every answer you need for all the things that you desire to connect to that are relevant for you to experience in your life. We don't leave anything out. It's completely self-contained. Just follow the formula, and everything that needs to unfold, and every appointment you've made, and every agreement you've made, and every communication you need to have from whomever will happen in perfect timing if you simply continue to raise your frequency by following the formula of acting on your passion to the best you can with no insistence or assumption of the outcome and remaining in a positive state no matter what happens. That's it. We can't make it any simpler for you. It's that simple. Just follow the formula. Everything that needs to happen that will fulfill you and serve you will happen in perfect timing.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Just keep moving.
Okay. On that note as well, just with the channeling, that's something I've been working with, and being able to connect with certain frequencies and matching that within my own body. And I've also been using DMT to supplement as well as a way of amplifying that connection, which I found to be a powerful permission slip for me.
All right.
Is there any advice or any guidance that you can give for me, or any alterations that I can make that may...
Well, again, as we have said, there are teachers, such as the idea of the DMT and other substances that the earth itself provides as teachers. But at a certain point, you come to realize that what you're learning is to get into that state on your own without the teacher, so that you can graduate and not allow the teacher to become a crutch. Yes?
Yeah, that's what I found. The more I'm able to get into that state, the less I need that sort of teacher. But then it's teaching me to reach certain other levels I'm then able to match as well.
Again, pay attention. It will not always necessarily feel the same as it did before, but you have to know you're in the proper state. And as we have reminded many of you, the trick to this is to remember the physics of it. The physics being, you cannot experience what you're not the vibration of first. So to even remember what it was like to have been in that state means you're in the state. Because if you're not in the state, you wouldn't be able to remember what it was like to be in the state. So as soon as you remember, oh yes, I remember what it felt like to be in that state, you're in the state. You have to be in the state to have the memory. Make sense? That's the trick. So realize that, and you will simply be in the state automatically anytime you remember what it was like to be in the state.
Awesome.
Yes?
Yep.
Does that help?
It does indeed.
And?
So when I'm having sort of my own DMT ceremonies, I'm connecting with certain frequencies, certain beings, and there's been mention of jesters, machine elves in certain types of circles.
Interesting labels for certain kinds of levels of consciousness that you may encounter, because the DMT has very specific frequency levels, each of which represents a different domain, a different realm, and a different ability and a different level to communicate with different levels of consciousness. Very specific layers within the DMT frequencies will connect you to very specific domains with very specific inhabitants.
Is there any way that I can more consciously choose to match certain frequencies that will then allow me to assist me in... Actually, sorry, scratch that question.
Let me see. There's this thing I've heard about called following your passion. Maybe that might help.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it just came into my thought at the moment. One of the things I did want to ask you is more verbal channeling. So as I'm connected with these energies, I'm finding the energies more forming into my mouth. And
if you wish to verbal channel, one of the easiest ways to do it is to be surrounded by people who are asking questions they really need to know the answer to.
Okay.
Because then they act as a circuit that pulls the information through you into them and grounds it in them. Because if the information is just coming into you for you, it doesn't need to go anywhere, and you don't really need to fully get into that state. But if others are asking a question, then in a sense you can get out of the way and just let it flow through you like electricity grounding into a circuit.
Got it. Okay.
So practice that and you will get better at it.
Right. Okay. So at the moment it's more just sort of baby gurgles or something. It's like the
You
energy
can
is trying
start
to...
however you need to start and know that whatever comes